Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or it's 2 a.m. Go to bed already. This is Eagle Eyes on Tech, a rant, and I am Eagle Falcon. That was terrible. I probably should redo it, but I'm not going to. I'm just simply not. For the simple fact that if the various tech outlets aren't even going to try anymore, why should I? Now, that's a rhetorical question. The reason I should try is because I actually have pride in my work, unlike what is quickly becoming my new favorite thing to make fun of, and that is Cnet. Now, you can say whatever you'd like about the other various tech blogs. They all have their own political spin, but they at least have it in their own little corner. Ever since Cnet got rid of the tech update, that was their video podcast that was just quick 1 to 2 minute headlines and quick information. It was a fantastic tool when cramming in a whole bunch of show prep before my podcast, because it would say, okay, this was big news, I didn't get to catch it during the week, alright, let me go read an article about it now. It was great for that. It helped me sift through a whole lot of nothing. Ever since they got rid of that and rolled that sort of style into their Cnet news feed, a couple things that happened. One, they have become less tech-based and more space-based. Now, I'll grant you, you can closer justify the whole thing with science being related to technology. They kind of go hand in hand, but they still aren't really. When you think of tech news, you think of what's the latest development done by HP, or what's Dell up to, or what's the next iPhone going to be, the technology that we use hand in hand, or the servers or the services we all connect to, what connects our lives. That is what you think of when you think of technology. That is not to belittle the technology used in, say, the new NASA spacesuits. But that's normally not thought of as tech news. That's thought of as space news. News that involves space. So, this rant is not about Cnet's unhealthy obsession with trying to call space news tech news. No. This rant was jutted off by a video they launched on Thursday. Now, their Cnet news feed, unlike Cnet Update, does do multiple videos a day sometimes. Like, for example, on the feed, we have one on Sunday that was their quick headlines of the Samsung Note press conference. They had 3 on Monday, covering all the stuff they missed on over the weekend. 1 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, and they had 2 on Thursday. 1 being the new spacesuits having capacitive gloves, and then this one. The one that clearly stands out as having nothing to do with tech at all. I want you to listen to this. The title is "The Doomsday Clocks Ticked Off Thanks to Trump."
Prepare your underground bunkers. The hands on the doomsday clock have moved closer to midnight.
Stop. Alright. I'm not going to show any of the video because that's just going to guarantee I get flagged. But one of the things they showed off was this presentation board and they moved one card away to show 1/4 of the clock. And it had its hour hand very close to noon and the other one at roughly 2 minutes to noon. This is going to go into later on. It continues.
Every year, an organization called the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists sets the clock.
All right. Right off the bat, I want to point out that they say it's scientists. Not anyone that actually studies political events or current events. It's scientists. All right, let's continue.
It's a graphic that represents the health and safety of the planet. The closer the hands are to midnight, well, you get the idea. Scientists decided that events from 2016 pushed humanity closer to catastrophe and moved the hands to 2.5 minutes. Their previous position was 3 minutes. Blame fell on a range of threats, but a political incident, the result of the US presidential election, was a major contributor. The scientists said that one person's words wouldn't normally influence the clock, but President Donald Trump's comments on nuclear weapons and climate change have, quote, broken with historical precedent in unsettling ways.
Okay. What does any of this have to do with tech? This has nothing to do with technology. This barely has anything to do with news. Big shocker. People who call themselves scientists don't like Trump. This isn't news. I can think of plenty of people who think they're smart that hate Trump. On top of that, what are they scientists of? Who are these people? And why should I care what they think? Now, there's 20 seconds left of this video. Maybe they'll win me over.
Let's not get wound up just yet. To put this in context, the closest they've been to the end of times was 2 minutes in 1953. That's when the US and Soviet Union were testing hydrogen bombs. When it's time for more tech news, visit Cnet.com. In San Francisco, I'm Lexi Savides.
I love how they still think that's news. Or tech news, I should say. It's not even news. It really isn't. How is it news that some scientists think we're at the verge of the Cold War again? I would be more likely to think it's news if some historians believe we're at the Cold War again. Or, oh, I don't know, some world leaders, some senators, some anyone. I don't know who these scientists are or what they're scientists of. But just, please, stop being paid to draw a clock and give your opinion via clock. Please go be productive. This isn't productive. This isn't anything. Now, maybe this is some sort of huge tradition, and me being a young adult in the Midwest doesn't know anything about this sacred tradition of a drawn doomsday clock. This is still incredibly stupid. Just the more and more I think about it, the stupider it sounds. It's just, this isn't news. This isn't anything. But there it is. At the top of the Cnet news feed. And the worst part is, I think this is crap. I think a good chunk of people think this is crap. You know, a large number of people out there don't. They're gonna look at that and think, oh, that's it. The end times are upon us. And all because the person I wanted didn't get elected for president. Oh, for the crying out loud. This whole thing is getting obnoxious. Look, once again, I feel sorry for you that you're this sad, that your corrupt liar of a politician lost over a brutish billionaire who talks like a drunk frat boy. Because that's basically what happened. And the only thing I'm sorry for is that you're this wound up over it. But here's my advice to you. And this goes for the stupid scientists over here drawing up clocks saying we're near the end times because he doesn't agree with us. Grow up. This is getting stupid. It's like I'm finding out half the world's a bunch of frickin' children. That's the other thing, too. Scientists saying, oh, he doesn't agree with us. Isn't science all about challenging each other, challenging the theories and testing them? That's the whole thing that really annoys me. The whole, oh, I don't believe in your theory. Well, you must be a heathen. That's not science. That's lunacy. It's getting obnoxious. This whole thing's getting obnoxious. The bottom line here is just, for the love of God, grow up. Please. Grow up. Because the last thing this world needs is to be brought down to the level of insanity that these children are causing. Take care, everyone. Rest well. I need to just... God. The world's going insane. And it's not for anything happening on the right side of things, I'll tell you what.